If you chill what the time
enjoy yourself.
Enjoy yourself.
You are the hustle for money. You don't get the money here. This is why you say you the economize.
And this is our song. This is a song that I want to dedicate to the Infantry School and their old students.
They said Dr. Kama said
please enjoy yourselves because your time is almost up. But what a great song.
Yeah.
This is from
our residence doctor, the head of cardiology at the Kolebo Teaching Hospital and the University of Ghana.
Good morning to you.
Yeah. Take a break.
That was good.
Take a chill pill, you know?
Off the way Mama Fi was singing it, we thought she had prior knowledge that the song will be played. She didn't have. We thought she knew the song.
Answer that.
Surprising.
Vim.
Yes,
So I asked her, what's wrong? And she said, oh, the lyrics. Lyrics is good. But I think
you must love karaoke, eh?
I'll take comfort from the song.
If you have a singing voice like I do, yes, you you will have no choice.
Karaoke.
Yeah. We have to do the newspaper.
Yeah,
we do.
The Black Stars are playing today too. Today?
Okay, so
are you sure they'll win the match?
St. Augustine's is winning today.
Against Infantipim.
Thank you.
Infantipim 2-time winners.
But that's so good,
You know the record.
So what?
Okay.
Do you know how many times Augasco has won?
What?
Okay, good. What school did you go to?
Oh, Masa.
No, just checking.
We're talking about Augasco
Just
and
checking. No.
See?
I'm not asking whether you're in the competition. I'm just asking which school because I want.
Infantipim.
Oh no. I'm serious. I'm serious. I just want to make a point.
I would say.
Oh, what life is that? Did you go to Holy Child? Did you go to Holy Child?
But why? You don't want to mention yourself.
Of course not.
Okay. I was just checking. If you didn't go to Holy Child,
so this is a record.
Then I can feel free.
1994
Tell you
Prempe.
how I feel.
1995 Presby. 1996 Prempe. 1997 Opokuwari. 1998 Achimota School. 1999 Santa Augustine.
There's no Biheko, keep quiet.
1999 Infantipim. Hey, one. 2000
Oh,
St.
but
Peter's.
we are not disputing it.
2001 Pope John. 2002 Opokuwari.
He's asking
2003 Presby. Hey, Presby. They hold the record, right?
Is it the Legon one or the other one?
Preset boys.
It looks like the other one.
And then we have 2004. 2004, it's coming. It's rolling. La. So we have Presby boys 5 wins, St. Augustine Prempe College 4 wins, St. Peter's boys with 3 wins. Infantipim will come right. Infantipim.
You're stealing for him.
Yeah. We want one consolation.
I didn't see Zion College.
Opokuwari 2, Achimota 2. Hey, Infantipim. Ouch. 2.
I don't see Augasco yet.
Augasco there we win and one spec.
It will come.
One spec.
But
this year will be our second time.
That's right.
1-8 cry.
And then we have GSTS, we have Adisadel, we have Aquinas, and then Augasco.
Which year?
Augasco.
Shall I make we move on? Augasco is on.
Aquinas be 2030.
Let's do the newspapers.
Augasco was 2007.
Yeah. And then we have Pope John's today there. And then Anglican 0.
So yes, 2007 and 2019 are the 2 years in which Augasco.
It's not like 2017. Like, what's your point?
But sometimes you feel the throw shade though. You don't go face Infantipim what they win to.
So what?
Augasco win one.
So what?
Your headmaster is going to show the room.
And
your headmaster will show the room.
And you're asking about Zion
College. What's that got to do with anything? Oh, right. Look, you guys two are coming. Even you will win more times than Infantipim by the time this thing is done.
This is motivational message. You will win motivational message. Who will agree to this?
By the way, in this competition, the school that has won its contest by the highest amount of points so far is St. Augustine's College, 76 points.
All right.
As for
Kwabuki, we can't win this right now. We can't win this right now. So let's do the newspaper.
All right, let me sing my school.
No, we're making you win. It's not because you won, really.
You want to sing your school?
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Why?
Let's take a break.
I have the daily
Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
We're not taking any break. We're doing the newspapers.
Okay, let's do newspapers.
I have the daily graphic. Fred, flow with me. Daily graphic. Put
daily graphic. Fred, by the way, went to GST. They won 3 times.
Oh, here we go with what's on the front page of the Daily Graphic newspaper. Kidnap leader confesses, pleads for forgiveness So the alleged leader of the gang that kidnapped 2 Canadian women in Kumasi, June 4, has confessed to the Accra High Court. Samson Agalo, aka Romeo, admitted to playing a role in the kidnapping of the 2 women, but pleaded for forgiveness from the family of the women, Ghana and his country of origin, Nigeria. Here's a quote. I want to express my sincere apology to the girls, their families, the Republic of Ghana, as well as the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he told the court yesterday. Aholofeda appealed to the court to order his release from the custody of the Bureau of National Investigations to a normal prison. He alleged that he had been subjected to torture at the BNI and was put in solitary confinement. I pray the court to put me in the prison where my family members can visit me and I can get people to talk to, he said. Oh. All right. Further details of this, the arrest, the kidnapping plots, and I guess some information that you already may know, all captured in this write-up by Emmanuel Ebo Hoxing of the Daily Graphic. Still on the front page of the paper, though. Public reacts differently to first commemorative Republic Day. And yesterday was bring back a holiday, like joke, like play. Yesterday was not a holiday. It was a working day. Fall army worms resurface at Northeast region. Did the NDC say that they will bring back the holiday if they got the opportunity?
Yes, they did. They issued a statement.
Government in the future?
Yes, they issued a statement to that effect yesterday.
Okay. All right, center spread of the Daily Graphic newspaper.
In the minors.
Lawyers engaged in fraudulent deals worrisome, according to President. And he stated that the activities of lawyers who engage in fraudulent means to procure judgment debts against the states were a dent on the law profession. He described as sad truth how a few years ago such lawyers succeeded in fleecing the states through dubious payments of judgment debt. It is not surprising, therefore, that sometimes our profession attracts cynical comments. We need to be aware of these criticisms and respond in a manner that asserts the integrity of the legal profession and its determination to uphold the rule of law, he added. And what I read was a direct quote by the president. Also, UN commends Ghana for contribution to peacekeeping. Back page, appear positive about win against Guinea-Bissau. We played today, people. I think our game is at 4 p.m. The only thing that is not good about it is at 4, most of us will still be on the road home. Yeah. Ideally, you should be home when the Stars are playing.
Is that the only thing that's not good about it?
I think the good thing is that Joy 99.7 FM's commentary with
which
Gary
is the
Smith.
Best commentary in this country.
Home.
Yeah. When I'm listening to it, it's as if I'm watching TV. The way they describe it, and sometimes the trepidations, especially of the players, but also our coach. When the camera lenses on him, you see that he's a worried man. He's not able to change anything tactically when the game is ongoing.
You know what? You guys leave up here alone.
No, we're not criticizing him. We're praising him.
No, he's not asking for your praise or your criticisms. Just let him do his job. He's paid to do a piece of job, right?
Allah.
Let him.
All right. Blueprint.
I'm done with the graphic.
Blueprint. You're watching us from Esikado Kitang. Ifyekuma. Good morning to you.
Ifyekuma, what I say?
I see.
What's up, Bazi?
Okay.
We've got a daily dispatch.
Yes. Who's doing that? Oh, yeah. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so we
have
the
Vim today.
Yeah, no, 1930, Santa Gasting. Win the national anthem. The Daily Dispatch has on the front page fake Vodafone recharge cards sale and customers' lives in danger. Please listen to me. Don't listen to him. Please mute his sound if it's possible. And Professor Kwesi Yanka to contest Agona's seat in 2020 elections. And we have 37 years ago, 3 judges and an army officer were murdered. Up there we have NLA to start operations of VAG Lotto this month. Well, so let's go to the custodian. Custodian quickly has on the front page, lest we forget the bizarre tale of Woyome's 51.2 million. Okay, 51.2 million
Shall we call national
Ghana
security
cedis
right
scandal. Other stories we have on the front page. Government debanks baseless Africa Watch story, and it's about the Ministry of Foreign Affairs' intention to contract the buying of that whole consular building in Norway. That did not come to pass. I finished with a custodian.
Kojo, can you do the daily guide?
I finished with a custodian.
Can you do the daily guide?
Could you do the daily guide?
Okay.
Should we call
National
Security? Or we should call Dr. Kamba.
So when you go to
any electroshock therapy
Twitter?
here.
Is it Twitter or Facebook?
This is Facebook.
Okay, so when you go to his page of Facebook, could you answer? He says,
Facebook.
let me leave this here. Action and say, Ogasco made me, and so what?
Why are they paying you like that? Where's your school again? All right. You were kicked out. It's a pity. Better luck next time.
It's normal.
A day before you guys did something over the weekend?
Homecoming.
A day before the homecoming.
Oh, Charlie.
It's normal.
Sad.
We use that to go and have a good
some years go like that. Last year we didn't even make it to the nationals. But this year we're winning.
Yeah.
All right, so daily guide is right here, and banner headline, I'm sorry, Kumasi kidnapper begs. Also on the front page, government parries Africa Watch report. There's a picture of Eugene Ahin, the communications director at the Jubilee House. NDC Mahama fight, Founders Day. And this is all about that statement that they issued that they would reinstate this holiday if they were to come into office. I don't really understand this love for holidays. We want an opportunity to sit at home and do nothing in celebration of what? It's Republic Day, so what? So many other holidays need to be scrapped, if you ask me. But that's another conversation for another day. Stop Vile campaign, Nana to varsity detractors. Right, let's have a quick look at the back page of the Daily Guide. We won't underrate Guinea-Bissau. Neymar Barca return bad for competition, according to the boss of La Liga. Rashford signs 4-year United deal, and Benitez slams Newcastle. Let's do the Statesman, and then we'll do the Ghanaian Times afterwards. But in the Statesman today, NPP defers presidential primaries to 2020. Finance Ministry approves 1.6 billion Ghana cedis for roadworks. We stand for academic freedom. That's the president. According to the Statesman, he deflates claims about public universities bill. That does it for the front page of the Daily Statesman. And let's have a quick look at the back. Minnows, Madagascar stun Nigeria at AFCON to win group. Yeah, wonderful game there. Madagascar putting up a lot of heart to win that one. And also Kingston rubbishes captaincy row as cause of Black Stars' poor AFCON start. That's it for the Statesman. Shall I do the Times real quick?
Yes, please do.
All right, okay. The Ghanaian Times next, and banner headline, President defends public varsity bill. It will not undermine academic freedom. Well, I think we all have the recommendations that were made by the various organizations that were consulted, and those opinion groups that also expressed their views on the content of the original draft of this bill. So we will see how much of that has made its way into the final draft that comes up for Parliament's consideration. That is what will give us our earliest indication of whether the President indeed wants to protect academic freedom. Damongo Hospital nurses embark on strike over unpaid allowances. NLA and VAG to launch lottery to create 20,000 jobs. Also, national security operatives tormented me. That's a modernghana.com editor being quoted there by the Ghanaian Times on the front page. Let's look at the back real quick. Ghana to tame the African wild dogs. Okay. And I guess that's about tonight's game against Guinea-Bissau, right?
Good date.
Okay. That's it for me.
All right, let's do the Finder newspaper. Front page of the Finder. Stop aiding nation looters, President advises lawyers. Indian investors explore opportunities in Ghana. Mining companies warn not to bid for bauxite in Etiwa forests. And probe reports of torture of modern Ghana journalists, One Ghana Movement. And that story is on page 2 in the paper. One Ghana Movement has expressed utter shock and horror at the harrowing ordeal narrated by the 2 journalists, Emmanuel Ajafo-Abogiri and Emmanuel Brichum, both of Modern Ghana, an online news outlet by officers of the National Security Outfit. In a statement issued in Accra and signed by Emily Nuru, Executive Secretary, One Ghana Movement, condemned in no uncertain terms the torture of the journalists. One Ghana is adding its voice to many other voices. And we heard from National Security very early today. They issued a statement, and that was shared during our news, essentially denying the allegation of torture, and also saying that the 2 journalists will be in court today. And also the Accra High Court's hearing the case involving 8 persons accused of kidnapping 2 Canadian girls has granted leave to the prosecution to publish the pictures of 2 persons allegedly linked to the kidnapping. The court granted a relief after a prayer by the prosecution led by Mrs. Hilda Craig, senior state attorney, for the publication of the names and pictures of the 2 in the daily newspapers, as well as any social media platforms of the state security apparatus. The 2, only known as Mohammed and Derry, are believed to be hiding in Kumasi. And the senior state attorney asked the court for a 2-week adjournment to enable the state to wrap up its investigations, adding that they have to get in touch with the victims who were out of the jurisdiction to conclude their investigations. You can read on. The rest of the story is in the Finder newspaper. Okay, I guess that's it for the Finder. There are other interesting stories in the paper. When you grab it, you can explore more.
Okay. We just have to run by you. We've had a statement coming from National Security. We'll put that on the screens for you. But it's also because we've had some reactions from one of the 2 protagonists in this whole saga of the Modern Ghana journalists, as well as the editor, who were just summarily taken away from their offices. And subsequently on Saturday they were released, and over the last 24 hours we've had one of them come to talk about harrowing experiences on the hands of personnel of the National Security. And you can have a statement as it reads, says they've taken notice of reports that Emmanuel Ajafo-Abogiri, one of the 2 suspects from Modern Ghana who was arrested for engaging in cybercrime, has made claims of being subjected to acts of torture whilst in police custody. But we also do know that he claims that, well, there was no question of cybercrimes related actions asked of him when he was in the custody of the National Security.
So rather questions about a report that they had the paper
2 of
had
them
run.
actually, one an opinion piece and the other one a story which subsequently they have pulled down
about
following
the National
that
Security Minister.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it speaks volumes about the experiences
What
they
is
went
interesting about the statement is that the statement
that.
wasn't signed by any person in particular. It just ended. The only thing is on the letterhead that says National Security Council Secretariat.
Which is interesting, yeah.
With the Republic of Ghana. This is a crest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll tell you something, there's something rather important about this. So our national security apparatus is made up of, I guess, a number of units, teams, groups, and so forth. But the National Security Council is the body that oversees all institutions under national security.
This is the one that's headed by the president,
This is
isn't
the
it?
council that is headed by the president. So every security organization falls under the National Security Council, okay? From military to police to every institution that is in any way playing a role in our national security, BNI, everybody, they all fall under the National Security Council's oversight. And the president is the chair of this council. This council does not take any action without the knowledge of the president. So in essence, this denial that has been issued, it cannot reasonably have been issued without the knowledge of the president. He's the chair of the council. and the council secretariat has issued a statement. If indeed this was done without the president's knowledge, then the president has no oversight. And I don't want to believe that.
As in what, the statement that's been issued?
Yes,
or
yes,
the
yes.
arrests?
The statement.
Okay.
So I don't want to believe that the president has no oversight over an institution that he's constitutionally mandated to oversee. So let us assume safely that he knows that this statement has been issued by his secretariat. There are a number of problems here. You see, the fact that an accusation is made, the first thing that you need to see is an investigation, and that investigation should be done in a way that gives the public confidence that the institution is being properly scrutinized. That investigation, if the institution has indeed done no wrong, the investigation will show that, and then the people will have confidence in that institution. This is important because a member of the press, the people who in our democracy are the ones who tell us what is happening, the people who we rely on for information. ModernGhana.com has massive readership, massive subscription. So there are people who have decided that ModernGhana.com is a credible source of information. So if one of their editors is claiming that he has been tortured, that is a large number of Ghanaians who will automatically be inclined to believe that it's true. So it is important for the National Security Secretariat to be seen to look into this matter in a way that clearly shows transparency, that they actually want the people to believe in the institution. So they must investigate in a way that leaves no question about whether or not this happened. Now, one of the first things I would have suggested is that when the young man made the claim that he has been tortured, that he immediately got himself tested or checked privately. You see, because if you have been subjected to electric shocks, depending on the level of the voltage, this is what I learned this morning speaking to medical experts. Depending on the level of the voltage, it can affect what they call your fibrillation. That is sort of the rhythm of your heartbeat. So a simple test, an ECG, or the Americans call it EKG, will tell. And for up to 2 weeks, if there has been a high voltage pass through your system, it will show on an ECG. So I would urge the young man, if he hasn't done so already, to immediately get a private organization, independent, to test him.
Medical facility.
Yes, medical facility. To test him to see whether indeed there is any change in his fibrillations, which would then suggest that some electric voltage of a certain magnitude has been passed through him. But I think the institution itself, the National Security Secretariat, really has a big responsibility here to be seen to publicly look into this and not automatically defend whichever individuals. And that's the point. They are individuals who were asked to do this work, to interrogate these young men. So since you are dealing with individuals, you can never vouch for a person unless you have properly checked that they've done the right thing. So for me, I would have expected that to be the action taken by the Secretariat, that we have received this report, we are investigating. These are the institutions that we've asked to investigate. This is the process. At the end of it, there will be a report, blah, blah, blah. So that there is no doubt in our minds as Ghanaians that the National Security Secretariat, chaired by the President, is interested only in the truth. But when two people say something, and the two messages contradict each other, and the President, and I'm sorry, you can't delineate the President from this. The President, chairing this Secretariat, issues a statement saying, I believe this guy, and not that guy. I don't think it sends the right message. I would have preferred an investigation.
Well, if you also check the statement, we're told that the Criminal Investigation Department of the CID is taking a look at it because the suspect apparently, or the gentleman, was handed over to the CID for investigation.
So they are looking into the allegation of torture?
That has not been stated.
No,
but
I
when
think
when
the
they
statement said to the hospital for the hospital to check.
So.
But the missing link in the statement for me, because one of the talking points was the way they were picked up as well. the way they were picked up, not
Clandestinely.
informed of the reason they were being picked up. And I find that the statement is quiet
on
the processes, on the procedure, you know, before the torture allegations as well. And I thought that they would comment on it, especially when they say in the second paragraph that the Secretariat takes a very serious view of these claims and wishes to state in no uncertain terms that these allegations are false. Then it comes down to say, we consider it to be a clear and deliberate, I guess the third line, torture and manhandling of suspects are not part and parcel of the culture and architecture of the Secretariat under the administration of President Akufo-Addo. So I thought the processes leading to the arrests or during the arrest would also come into question, because the way they did it, you know, that kind of style of arresting, we should also be commenting on that. Yeah. But, you know, just a little information that I have, when something like this happens, you don't go to a private hospital because the court will rely
not accept
on the public hospital rather than a private hospital, because they would still have to go back to the public.
Okay.
But they're in court today, so you know, all eyes on this case as the two gentlemen are taken to the court today. A lot of information will come out of the court, and we will certainly give you the news as and when we do get it. If we have a bit of time, we want to do myjoyonline.com. We also have the weather, and these days I don't give the weather because the last time, you know, like all the predictions, they said we should wear black, and that it will be cloudy.
You're still on this black business.
Thunderstorm possibilities.
It was also because they thought that
I kept saying it.
Will be cold.
And that day, oh gosh, the sun came out.
So are you saying that the meteorological agency is not a credible source of information on the weather?
I haven't said that. What I have said is that if I encourage people to wear black and they felt miserable because the weather was hot, then, you know, I am not encouraged to further ask them to wear black.
That day, Monday, I remember I watched you. And,
I also don't remember. I said it. I kept saying it.
maybe that particular weather alert was written by someone who went to Kwabuki. We don't know. We don't know these.
Oh dear, Hey, can we all support Mfantsipim against this dude here?
Why?
Where are all the Zion College people?
Why? Why do you want to support a losing team?
So, Fred, do we have time to go through my line?
Yeah, we do. Okay.
Right, let's have a look then. I was just going to say I'm the only one who is supporting Mfantsipim because I realized they'll need it. I realized they'll need it.
Oh no, it's almost like you've lost already.
Oh, how? No. You see, we have so much vim that we can even afford to wear their uniform and still win. It's like when Mourinho said Chelsea can lend money to Portsmouth to buy players and come and they'll still beat them.
Well, let's look at myjoyonline.com. We have a couple of stories there. Government urged to invest in health impact assessment. Choice for childbirth to push or cut, and talks about the choices being made
Cesarean and the natural
for CS, and that's the order of the day.
You know, it's interesting that CS is now becoming like a choice. Like people can't decide that I want to do cesarean section. I think things are changing. But I don't think it should be like that. Yeah,
you are for the natural.
No, I did CS twice.
Okay.
Yeah, but it wasn't because I chose to do it. It was because of the situation.
The choice should not be given to women?
No, I mean I think that it shouldn't be like an automatic. Choice. Yeah, you know, like let me just do CS. You get it.
No, I don't. How would it be automatic if a woman chooses?
Yeah.
I think what she's saying is that there are too many choices of CS.
I'm just saying that you should be a bit cautious on just readily going for it.
Why? Why should I be cautious?
Because you know,
that's a choice.
Because you know, you can go to a certain extent, and doctors will advise that if you do about 4 C-sections, then it won't be advisable to go again. Yeah. So I'm just saying that at some point there's like a cutoff point somehow. That doctors advise, so it shouldn't be like the first option, especially when you don't have any how do I say it, no conditions or no dangers.
So what you're saying is like women should have all the information before they make a decision.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, I agree with that. Although I mean, once all the information is given, if a woman
if you still want to do it,
it doesn't have to be because she has a medical condition. It can simply be because pushing Well,
I haven't pushed before. I only heard people who are pushing and who are screaming and you
Yeah.
know. But I tell you what, yeah.
Are you sure?
The healing, right?
Yeah, because after the, you know, during the procedure, you wouldn't obviously feel it, but after
You have to heal.
the medicine begins to wear off, then you begin to feel it. And they encourage you on the first day to get up and walk. And that's the most difficult, like the most painful thing to experience.
But you didn't go through
have
the pain in
the pushing.
No, but you still have an injury. Is it an injury that's going to heal in a matter of weeks?
Yeah.
You know, because it's not just that simple. Oh, yeah, now be who.
Yeah, you know the rich, the very rich celebs and so forth.
As we find in the West, America.
Yeah, they choose CS and they kind of tell the doctor that, you know, while you are there, suck out all the fat.
Oh, okay.
You know, so that they can very quickly go back to their
close it up.
their original size before they were pregnant.
So they do
the Victoria
lipos
Beckhams
or whatever it is that
yes.
we call it.
The Victoria Beckhams of the world, you know, they'd rather not, you know, look big after pregnancy. So they just get it all done, and it's neat and clean. And then, of course, there are those who believe that it helps maintain the structural integrity of the
vagina.
The vagina, you know, for purposes of sex. You know,
I won't know. You guys explore, so you can tell.
But you should tell us because you never.
I told you I have two.
Specifically
You said
the one person out
You
of the
say
three
you say
of
you
us.
never did natural, so it
tell
means
us?
that your vagina is intact. I mean, if I can say that.
But if I haven't experienced the other one, how do I do a comparison?
It's not about comparison. It's about whether or not the structural integrity was maintained. So you can tell us. You are in a
Before
position
and
to
after.
do so.
At this point, Echo, can Fred go?
Then and now.
Can we say that there's more stories on myjoyonline.com?
No, we haven't finished. We
for
have
you
2
to
more
check
minutes.
out?
Let's finish with myjoyonline.com.
Please, we have 2 more minutes.
So myjoyonline.com will
Shall I sing
continue.
the second verse of my
You
school
can,
anthem?
but
No,
we'll do my
We'll
journal.
leave today. We'll leave 5 minutes for you
Adele,
that
before we
you-
close the show.
Thank you, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you,
so
thank
you
you,
can
thank you.
sing your
Well,
anthem.
Yes.
You
And
rhyme it
sorry
up.
for you if
Oh.
you guys don't.
Charlie, let's do
make it.
myjoyonline.com.
we are
Let's
not worried
continue.
about
Let's
that.
continue. myjoyonline.com. So
Yeah,
we
let's
have
see what else is there.
Black Stars. So Guinea-Bissau versus Ghana. Kickoff time. Team news, head-to-head, form, and more.
Right.
Yo.
We'll explore that a bit later on this.
Government urged to invest in Health Impact Summit. We've said this already. And choice for childbirth is coming. CS. sorry, I retract that. I
MP
apologize.
to drag Ayoko Boche to Parliament for cutting flag. Did she actually cut
It
the
was a
flag?
ribbon designed in the Ghana flag.
Oh, so it
And
wasn't.
who is dragging her to Parliament for that?
I think Ras Mubarak,
Ras
had
Mubarak
written
wrote an
something
opinion
like that,
on his
yeah.
Facebook or something.
Charlie, so if you are in Ras Mubarak's constituency and you sleep and wake up every morning thinking that Ras Mubarak is representing you, which most days he
is.
does.
But
And
he
then-
is even on this case. That's
Oh,
a
come
national
on.
flag.
No, it's not. It's a ribbon. So now Ras Mubarak doesn't know what a flag is?
Yeah, but that's a
Let's
No,
move on to
that's
the
a
next
ribbon.
show.
yeah, it's a ribbon designed
Let's
designed
see
in the
her-
colors
so
of our
let-
flag.
So let's see the
So
MP
if I have a mug,
minister.
with
a Ghana flag.
Ghana flag on it, and I smash it,
No,
have I
or
committed
you
a crime?
drink-
Let's
you
see
drink
the
alcohol in
minister.
it.
Let's see the minister.
You drink
here.
alcohol in the mug.
Let's see
Come
the
on, come on,
minister.
come on. No,
here
no, no.
Before the
Look,
house.
It is desecration.
Look,
And
let's
answer.
not tolerate some of these things,
Isn't it
okay?
ribbon?
But it is
This is
desecration.
a
I think-
representative.
But you guys know. but
I
you guys
agree
know-
with Ras
Wait,
Mubarak.
but you guys, wait. You guys know for a fact that it's a ribbon.
Yes.
Oh, it
we
is.
can see it. We have
It's
eyes.
a ribbon.
Okay.
It's shining.
All right.
and all
There
that.
are
have
more
eyes.
stories on my Joy Online.
Are we done with my Joy Online? We have more. Please, let's continue. Sorry that the ribbon Ghana flag design.
So
brought
let me
us-
tell you
pressure
something.
on city. I've seen pressure on city.
Please,
82% of products in supermarkets are imported. So you know the supermarket
This
we have
one, you don't
around
even
that all
need a
of it.
research
And
to tell
then
you.
St. Augustine National Science and Maths Quiz 2019 win. Chemu stops late scare from
Are you introducing your own
St.
headlines?
St. Louis.
Some
to
of them are true.
Bokota.
Some of them are true.
No, we had a dream that St. Augustine
That's
won
more on
them.
AFCON. Listen,
Afcon.
we'll leave the
Zaha
rest for
Go
you
helps
to
Ivory
explore.
Coast
Just log on to
progress.
Yeah,
myjoyonline.com.
Adam Fopa.
Scrapping July 1. Please, let's read this one. It's very important.
Oh, Hutsuni.
Scrapping July 1 holiday is agenda to alter Ghana's history. Charlie, it was
Money
only yesterday that apparently we
Ghana.
couldn't go and have 1st July, Charlie. Meet me there. Now, all those things, Charlie. National Security denies torture allegation by Modern Ghana editor. Okay.
Say, yeah, sir.
So, That's it for the headlines and the reviews. We leave the podium to Koje Youngson. One camera, medium close-up. Medium close-up.
Is that part of the anthem?
Yes, that's our school anthem. That's the end of our school anthem.
Which school?
St. Augustine's College. St.
Okay.
Augustine's College. Look, you people, we went to school.
Charlie.
We went to a beach resort.
I know.
You understand?
There's an allegation in Cape Coast that they like. Okay,
Like
we're
what?
taking a break. We'll be right
Gentlemen.
back. We'll be right
Yeah,
back.
gentlemen, these are false allegations. And I personally...